Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the John S. and James L. Knight Concert Hall at the Adrienne Arsht Center for the Performing Arts of Miami-Dade County.
All right, what's the difference between rap and poetry?
There's music here.
How many of you guys have written a poem before? So you can write about anything you want, or you can write specifically about a scientific concept in musical terms.
There's music here.
Children come to the conversation or come to the exercise of poetry with preconceived notions of what a poem has to be. The first question is, or you're concerned about, is that really a poem? And the answer is always yes.
There's music here.
Go! Why do we come together? Everyone is connected music-wise.
The minute you step on stage, you are performing. When you walk off stage, you are performing. And let me tell you, that's a big part of your performance.
The way this music makes me feel is just the way I heal. And when I hear the piano playing my song, all the stress I had leaves my body beat by beat.
Linguistic, language liquid, get lifted, love life and live it. We twisted, been shaped and shifted.
Come on.
We gifted, young black with lyrics.
See if you can follow this. See if you can follow this. See if you can follow this. See if you can follow this.
This restless night, this train track heart, these peeled eyes soar, this object red, this only thing pedestal high, this will do the trick, this will save my soul, this all I need can make me whole, balled up fist, undulating palm, this giddy greedy, these gritting teeth, this tiger clutching God's son's robe, this devil says, it could be yours, this instant, this urgent, the urge to leap, this hamster wheel rehearsal of a memorized prayer, these rabbit tap feet daring the captor to steal another drum, this James Brown beg, please, 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 clitoral typing, yes, 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 this full body nod, this Jackson's, ow, this black in heat, this cat in the gut, scratching at, biting through the butterfly yarn, this territorial bee sting, this is mine, flight fused with fight, blood bound by hope, this now, this shoving the shoulders of one's own fear down, and out, looking up, this heaven, this horizon, this faith, this moment fainted, oppressive tickle in the nostril, these smelling salts jolt, this stink of justice about to sneeze, this tea kettle scream, this bitten bottom lip, this Creole, this gospel, this blues, this bebop, this reggae, this hurled rock, this sinner sound, comforts have-nots, this lime green saliva, this plain old thirst running crazed toward the fire hose to beckon the bull, this Levateur gallop, this Tubman pull, this Guevara stomp, this straight-backed Spat on student, stays sitting in. This beatbox be the new drum. This beat girl be Kali. This noose loosened to necklace of round white skulls. This head spinning holy. This ghost caught looting. This Katrina survivor riot. This possession we possess. This zombie life threatening to live. To keep living. This vaudou ache, what make revolution? This vaudou ache, what make revolution? This vaudou ache, what make revolution?
Linguistic, language liquid, get lifted, love life and live it. We twist it, bitch, shape and shift it. We gifted, young black with lyrics.
See if you can follow this. See if you can follow this. Follow this, see if you can 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 follow this.
Music is everything. I remember being little, my mom would be cleaning and boom! I hear the bachata, salsa, or even reggaeton slap my ears and the beat hits my body. Then you see little me dancing all over the place. What would I do without music? Will I still be able to dance? Well, duh. Music doesn't always have to come from the radio. It can be started by a little tap tap on the desk or even a clap clap from your hands. Music is spectacular. It can have you feeling so many ways. Happy or sad, calmed or hyped. Let's just say music is my drug and YouTube is my dealer. How I know about music so much? Well, my childhood was plagued with dance fever. You would see me and my crew of girls all dressed alike, ponytails up, feet dancing to the beat. That Cupid shuffle, it all started from that one song that ended up to a dream of being on America's Best Dance Crew show. And since there was 8 of us, we had our own flavor. But because we were all so different, we were glued to each other. Like when you crazy glue fake nails to your real nails and they take forever to come off. Yeah, we were tight like that. Probably even tighter than the skinny jeans boys wear. And it was the music that kept us that way. The sound created a bond so unbreakable. Wow, music is that powerful. Do you like music? I sure do. Well, I guess you can already see that. I'm just the average girl that loves music, nothing major. It's like being on a honeymoon away from everybody. Married to the artist that created the song. Really, you're at home, laying on your bed, headphones on, eyes closed, imagining it all.
In my early days, Carlene was my transportation. Diapers were my daily fashion. Music became my passion. Seemed like rhythm flowed through my veins, there it would stay, it shall forever reign. Because when I couldn't find the words to explain my intricate thoughts and emotions that showered me like the rain, it was lyrics who sung my pain. Not my blood, not my tears, they could not compete with music sheets. Like in times of difficulties, the sound of my own heart would be overpowered by drum beats. My mind could not focus without the tapping of my feet. It became me so bad that the first things I said were not mama or papa, but instead, do, re, mi. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si. Sí, música, tú eres mi sustento. Music, you are my sustenance, my daily diet. I will go crazy if the world was quiet. For a world of silence will promote more violence and loss of sounds can increase the virulence of a virus.
do the math, or should I say biology, because music is life. It is the tune of a nearby bird calling for its mate, something so harmonic and melodic that can penetrate into even the coldest, darkest hearts full of evil and hate. But all I ask is for a ray of hope in my fate, that the day I lay, I can open my mouth and take in my last breath, a breath of fresh music. And when my lids fail to hold the weight of my eyes, that the last beats I hear on earth can be not of my heart, but instead of a sweet, peaceful lullaby.
Overture, the nothingness. You can barely hear the heart. This whisper is expectation, what existed before the void, what will induce the silence after. And you don't know when the yearning becomes sound, but the violas know, and that keeps us suspended in the dark. Crescendo, the stars and what they become. This gale inflames us, withers us in and out of existence, whispers in the mouthpiece of a flute, drags on for light years like escaping gas. We burn the fabric of the cosmos, cigarette holes that sag with weight, inhale the burden of expansion and crush it in the bowels of their black. Coda, the death, a violent end, contraction, the reining in of the wild notes, drifting aimlessly without an origin, unsown like seed pearls. Even spontaneity can expire, futile improvisation on the final harmony, a collective sigh into another silence, another wait for overture, 2 atoms in repeat.
Permission granted. Greetings, Earthling.
Hello, sir.
Dropping to impulse. Ready to launch.
Resonance, waves, surrounding dense nuclei, protons in a vibrato of sorts. Unlike Jupiter's many moons traveling elliptical paths around the atom, but guitar strings, myriads of harmonics producing certain energy waves, standing waves. Electrons exist in orbitals, which in turn exist in shells, like individual notes. 8 electrons, 8 notes to complete an electron's valence shell. Each atom, each electron configuration desires to finish that outer shell. Like a cacophony of instruments playing clashing keys, tempos, difficult to listen to, difficult to bear, just yearning for that last note amidst the chaos, knowing harmony is growing near. Cross the table, electronegativity increases, the need is unbearable, bonds are promised, traction electrifies. The 8th note chimes in. The deep, complex tone settles into a crisp resolution.
As I listened, I grew more and more insane, or was it curiosity intensifying my disdain? All I remember is falling into an abyss of infinite wonder through the first movement, and in the second, I was being chased by unknown masses, which I found quite an improvement. Now in the third, I was a mouse scurrying along a piano as a feline was desperately trying to catch me while humming the Mambo Italiano, and in the fourth, I was trapped in a house of mirrors. My reflections teasing and mocking me, save for one where the light let out a shimmer. And in the fifth, I was waltzing on Saturn's rings with a girl I've never met, though as delicate as a yarn soft string. And lastly, the 6, where I drove through the seams of time, first to the future where peace advanced and prospered, then to the past where sin and deception conquered. Whether it was insanity or curiosity, I cannot say. But this music brought great imagination, thoughts that refused to obey, thoughts that were deemed impossible, deemed unrealistic, thoughts that deserved more than to be shut down by the pessimistic. This music defies reality, it defies nonfiction. It brings about great fantasy and immense contradiction. Now that's the problem, most would say, those who are frightened and appalled. But the real problem is, I should say, that we've lost a child within us all.
One, a seed is dormant in the damp earth until triplets and eighth notes collide, coaxing out roots to anchor their minor chords in soil. They push the tempo to vivace and spread music to the rest of their movements. 2, the roots give way to a first inversion, reaching taller on the staff as the trunk grabs hold of the whole notes, cleaving them in half. They slow to an andante, slurring through the bar line to the next measure. 3, branches grow from ledger lines, surging upwards in tritones. The staccato beat that pumped the song this high gives way to a glissando as they run freely down curved arms. 4, leaves sprout, grasping for sunlight in arpeggios. Time slips into a 3/4 waltz as 16th notes blossom from the tree tips.
See, music is inspiration, motivation, organization. Music is an anthem, demonstration, sensation. Music is an ocean of feeling. Music is affection, protection, confessions. Music is a shooting star, auditory perception, misconception, and an obsession. Music is an ocean of feeling. Music is an idiomatic expression, chronological succession, harmonic progression. Music is beautiful, a facial expression, a line of succession, simple regression. Music is an ocean of feeling. Music is a profession, retrocession, and an impression. Music is meaningful. A jam session, compression, a cure for depression. Music is an ocean of feeling. But overall, music is a safe haven. Freedom like a raven. Smell as sweet as bacon. That's everywhere, even in gas stations. Music is sweet. A foundation, certificate of incorporation, differential equation. Music is an ocean of feeling.
On my block, there's no light post shine on us. Nothing but helicopters blinding us. Watch out on the corner, cause the fiends in the dope pole. Sounds a gunshot, just the rhythm of the next block. Somebody call a po-pos. He got a fofo and it's for sale. The light man at my neighbor house, he hitting the switch. He tapping on the door, watch tapping on, I'm getting the fits. Kids in the other room taking some flicks, posting them on Facebook, trying to get in the mix.
There ain't no doctors or lawyers on my
block.
Just dope kings and dope fiends
on my block.
Toe tags and body bags.
On my block.
Somebody tell me, will it ever stop?
On my block. The Joe Jones of the block, he lived 2 doors down. He got robbed at the park, so he don't come out. Daddy long gone. Mama never there. He ain't eating on the weekend, it ain't fair. And when you go to school, ain't no fashion. Holes in the shoes and the foods be cracking. They don't know he got a tool in his backpack, and the day he ready to take action. You got the nurse ask me, do I got dreams? I don't shoot hoops, man, I kill a 16. Cause the rapper thing won't stop, change won't come. First 48 just left taping, talking about who killed Loaf.
Homicides and drive-bys on my block. Broke grass and no glass on my block.
The birds don't even fly around.
On my block.
Somebody tell me, will it ever stop on my block?
Slavery. Slay-ver-re. 3 syllables, 7 letters. 7 letters define the ruthless snatching of lives of Africa's children. Let freedom ring, they sang. White on black, powerful words. 2 races, 1 blood. We are all brothers and sisters under the same flesh. Yet thick skulls refuse to open up and accept this truth. In the cotton fields, a melody arises. If you listen carefully, you'll be able to hear every beat, note, and song of their souls singing of brutality. They may not be able to read these words, but they know the beat. Melodies help them win the war of their lives. Rage, hunger, cries, the cracks of whips, dreams, visions, labor, all in one hymn. Tears flow down, the truth comes out. Thick red blood stains pure white cotton. Our generation has yet to understand the plight, the history, and the constant fight. 3 syllables, 7 letters, slavery.
As I moved through my life, my anthem kept me going. He was my freedom, my rubato. The reason my life was sliding around like a glissando. He was the music behind my voice. A song I can't forget. I never had to sing solo. We were a perpetual duet. We were like twins, being born on the same day, and what others wouldn't do, he fed into my child's play. He was my lion, and I was his loon. And when I was trapped, he helped me emerge from my cocoon. Now that he's missing from my tomb, my life is a cappella. I have no shelter from the troubles and turbulence like an umbrella. He was like a paper dancing freely in the wind. And throughout our time together, I soon learned it was destined to end. Around him, I let my life truth unfurl. But now, there is a distance between the terrestrial and the spirit world. This man was the parent of my parent, and he was grand to me. And throughout our 14 years together, he was my melody. But little did I know, in a few months, I'd be hearing his eulogy. Now, my occupation is to live in his legacy. Rest in peace. Granddaddy Anthony, rest in peace.
Grandma ain't left in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's ain't played a tambourine so well. Grandma's ain't used to issue.
Nice on my boss. We're watching on. Rewind this rhythm track to the start because right about now we have a rebel version, same with a different style and pattern, better known as the urban version. Go there!
Well, let them talk about ragamuffin. Oh, we would. Calm down.
Remember, Noah. You have to understand it was so hot. Sand as far as the eye could see. Sand in teeth. A sealess life. Every step a sinking, a scratch. Every storm more sand. No sweat when we danced. Pure salt in our lovemaking. I tried to spit once. It came out like a whistle. My first period curry powder. Old wives spoke of tears. We thought they were senile. Laughter was our wettest thing. We prayed often to no one. We believed in music. dry palms clapping, dust on ankle bracelets. We threw tabla and daf, caught spirit and sagat a blaring life, the wailing of cesarean births. Widows' eyes wept wind. Even our tongues were tanned, something sun-dried in every recipe. Rays were baby's first words. You have to understand, we forgot how to be thirsty. Mud by then was primitive, splashing the stuff of legend. Only giddiness quenched us. We were dizzy all the time in the world, all the time in the world. Then we heard him grumbling to himself, something about 40, something about a flood. Clad in sheep's wool, he reeked of wolf, something about monogamy, something about shelter. I thought, this must be heat stroke. I thought, the brain of a 600-year-old. I thought, he is a conceptual artist. The ark an installation. His masterpiece took years, took trees, got bigger. He was our favorite dirty joke, beloved schizophrenic neighbor. Then he started preaching. Then he kidnapped pigs, mosquitoes, doves, things that wanted to eat each other stuffed onto the same boat. We threw our heads back. We slapped ashy knees. We mooned him. Threw hot stones. We streaked, whistled in his face, kicked the baking ship. Laughter was our thunder thing. The lucky ones died laughing. I have no words for the first drop, cooling the cheek. Grandfathers raised their arms, lightning made the children leap. Sizzle gave way to drizzle, humidity taught humility. We opened our mouths, swallowing everything. The clouds began to bite us back. Panic soaked our slouching spines. The instruments drowned first. We played them sopping out of tune. Denial gave way to rivers. I fell into a puddle. My first shiver, the shock of cold water made me, so all the times before had been dry heave. So this was morning, this was mikvah, the sky from blue to zatar hail. We choked, vomit filled our lungs, apologies belly flopped, reaching went out of reach. We ran from high desert to highest mountain, to whirlpool of choral grief. If Noah had been more merciful, he would have taught us how to swim. Instead, he saved 2 mice, muttered prayers, shut the door. The best belly dancers became mermaids. The dinosaurs learned to fly. I never saw a rainbow. Our gravestones, coral reef.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive, 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 deceive. though what a tangled web we weave. Web, 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 tangled web, 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 deceive. Web, 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 tangled web, 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 deceive. Web, 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 tangled web, 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 deceive. Web, 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 tangled web, 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 deceive. Though, what a, though, what a, 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 what a,
I am a living organism, a form of life. Let me tell you what I'm made of and what each thing does. Everything works in harmony. Let's start with ATP. It is what makes energy for me, which works in a duet with the mitochondria. I also have, then there's my cytoplasm. That is a clear jellyfish. It fills me up like the food you eat. Now we have the Golgi body, with its weird name. It carries smell with a beat and a rhythm to my membrane. I have lysosomes, which break down my foods with great dynamics. At last, we have my nucleus, somewhat like all of your brains. It provides me with chromatin and instructions. I am a living organism, a form of life. I'm ever so tiny, you will never think I have so much responsibilities and skills. I am a living organism.
Sunrise, sunset, they run like a cheetah. When I'm going to be in Haiti, maybe when the turtle finishes the race. Beep, beep, beep. My heart and mouth make a duet singing crescendo how excited I am. Finally, time to hear the big answer. The music of my heart and mouth become accelerando and fortissimo. Then, descended the words of my mom. The music, the crescendo, and voila. I am quiet and heartbroken, and me who will never be fixed. A river has produced, the water is coming, and everything in me is broken. feel of your African seam flowing like a heavenly melody of angels. Your patterns crisscrossing each other but returning back to their loyal paths. I'm in love with your crafts. Your hands upping its beat with every stitch and every crease. Your hands moving in perfect harmony. Creating hymns worthy enough for God. It's like if I flip your palms, they would hold the first 4 verses of Psalms 23. Singing an encouraging perfect pitch duet with your eyes. Like a team, they tell more than a story. Something like a dream. How you wish your hands can strum the keys of a piano, hitting chords you never knew existed. But all you can think about is the beat your feet created while running through these trees. You learned to hunt before you could read, so notes just looked like sprouting seeds. But seeds couldn't feed your tribe, so you chased your meat how you would chase your dreams if you could. But my African queen, you can forget those days because now I can write you beautiful serenades, and I'll play you chords on any instrument until the day fades. And after every 8th note, I'll remind you how much I love you, my African queen.
Let me be your Mozart. Let me be your Beethoven. What if I told you there's a new breed of Beethovens and Da Vinci's in the city of Miami? Would you believe me? Or will you push us down in the crates where DJ spins us and I blurt out what I gotta say? Can I be my own conductor, or will you close me like a coda? Worth of death in the radio, get me a microphone and I'll wake you up from that coma. Music. Música te conoce tu corazón. Music knows your heart. Can hear the snare drums as it walks. Can hear the trumpet and flute as it breathes in and breathes out. Without a doubt, I synchronize myself with my lyrics to show you what I'm about. Let all the voices under the city lights of Miami assemble so the world could tremble. Hear our voices like instrumentals, or where they just watch like we're part of Comedy Central. We need a reprise of a renaissance, so I'ma write a song so everyone can sing along. This pen in my hand, the words in my mouth is where it all began. So I'ma sing a hymn just for him. I can hear the cantos del campo as my people's vocals turn into harmonicas. I might be the light version of Langston Hughes because I too sing America. Music lives on in my city. Music lives in each one of us. So let me be your Mozart. Let me be your Beethoven. Better yet, let me be me.
Clap tonight. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go, bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too hot, bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, tell you now, bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too hot, bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said, clap along if you feel.
Piano Slam 6, y'all, make some noise!
Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
And welcome to the stage, Miss Carlene Sawyer!
The artists of Piano Slam 6. And our musicians, Dranoff's Jackie Kim and Yoonji Kim. Jackie Yoonji Kim. Yes, Dranoff. And the beats of Brimstone 127. The beautiful, the lovely, the amazing words of Lenelle Moise. And we move, we slide, we all come together with our wonderful choreographer and all the dancers, Luis Alberto Cuevas. Fantastic opportunity to work with these kids tonight comes from our assistant director and poetry coach, Rudy Goblin. There's been so much work and love that's been given to these young people tonight by their poetry coaches, Layla Lombardo, Layla, and Rachel Finley. And then you know, Piano Slam is all about the music. Here in the house, artistic director, music director, Mr. Erik Ochsner. And the man who brings it all together, the master of the music, the master of the words, our maestro director, Teo Castellanos. Piano Slam 6 has been an absolutely amazing year. You probably know that Piano Slam is all for the love of music, but it's poetry that's written by all these young people, and it's a fantastic partnership with Miami-Dade Public Schools. And I would like to thank all of Superintendent Carvalho and all of his staff and all the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of teachers that helped these young people to get to the stage tonight. So here we are on the stage. We're on the stage of the night concert hall. And something that makes Piano Slam more special, more fun, more spectacular than almost any other community and arts program in town is the fact that we get to stand on this stage at the night concert hall. I'd really like to thank our co-presenter, the Adrienne Arsht Center for the Performing Arts. You know, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of talent, and it takes a lot of pianos to do Piano Slam. And these pianos are taken all over into all of these schools up and down the county Steinway Pianos provides these pianos, and Withers Trans World moves them in so that all these young people can listen to this music. And you know, Piano Slam, it's about how you feel about the music. It's how you move to the music. But it's also about being the absolute best. And that's what we're talking about tonight. Being the absolute best, working so hard that you can get up here on the stage of the Adrienne Arsht Center for the Performing Arts. And we have a very good role model in a very wonderful, wonderful supporter. And that is our absolutely winningest sponsor, the Miami Heat! So now, speaking of winning, all of these young people up here from middle school and high school, they're represented teens all the way from Homestead, all the way to Opelika, Carroll City, Doral, the beaches, all over these young people come from. And I would like you, before we announce the best of county, the best of the district, in both this year, for the very first time, language arts, writing about music, and STEM. There are poems that you heard tonight about science, technology, and math, all expressed through music. I'd like you to meet these young artists. First of all, I'd like you to meet Chanel Lewis from Homestead. Jorge Rogo from Ronald Reagan Senior High. Jorge. Erica Nicholas from Hialeah, Miami Lakes. Sarah Bart from Miami Arts Charter. Kathleen Sanchez from North Miami Middle School. One of the more quiet finalists in Piano Slam, John Henry from Carroll City Middle. From Leisure City, K through 8, Yajel Brashenyo. From Miami Arts Charter, Serafima Lodorova. From Campbell Drive Middle, Yesenia, I'm sorry, tell us your name because I am mispronouncing.
Ivania Moscato.
Ivania Moscato, thank you. From Miami Edison Middle School, go Red Raiders, to Shy Small. From Miami Jackson High, Edward Tercios. From Miami Springs, Detron Bentros, Miami Springs Middle School. Jennifer Castillo. From Horace Mann Middle School, Margarine Dentoff. I know everyone had a great time tonight because I can hear this in the audience. So thank you all for coming. And now, for the moments that many of us have been waiting, but mostly for these 14 young people, I'm going to announce the poems that have won Best of District in both science and language arts. For middle school, in science, in the category of science, from the first place from Leisure City, K through 8, Yajel Versenko. In middle school, from middle school, in the category of language arts, first place, all district, from Carroll City Middle School, John Henry. In high school, best of all district in the category of science from Miami Arts Charter, Serafima Fedorova. And finally, the last prize of the evening, Best of Show in High School Language Arts from Miami-Jackson High School, Edwin Tercios!